What's going on, everyone? I'm Michael.
I'm Alicia.
And we are the Gons. Alright, so we are diving back into Shiny Happy People Season 2, Episode 2. Last episode, it did an overview of Teen Mania Ministries, global expeditions, talked about Acquire the Fire as a recruitment tool, and it looks like this episode we are diving into the Honor Academy more specifically, which I am excited to get into this one.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting because this is obviously the area where I have a little bit more personal knowledge, so curious to see what angle they're going to take on this and what it's going to be about. So
yeah, absolutely. As always, make sure that you like this video. Let us know that you're here. Also, make sure that you comment down below. We love interacting with you and hanging out with you in the comments. So please make sure that you're dropping those comments down below. And we've realized that only about 10% of the people who watch our videos are actually subscribed. And we have a goal as a channel to get to 1,000 subscribers. So it would mean the world to us if you would hit that subscribe button as well. We also have a Patreon. We are doing some Patreon exclusives over there, content that we are just releasing for our Patreon family.
Yep.
And so we've got some stuff releasing over there just for them. We are also releasing our episodes of the shows that we're watching early over on Patreon. So make sure that you're over there for the first look at everything we're reacting to.
yeah. All right, without further ado, let's jump into Episode 2.
Here we go.
Look at this honor ring now. Think about how excited I was. This is probably going to be the best decision that I've made in my life.
But I actually wore it for like 10 years because it really did mean something significant to me.
I don't know if I ever really wore mine. I did every once in a while, like for a little bit, I think. Oh wow, yep. Ring banquet.
When you receive your honor ring, you pledge loyalty for life.
A one-year internship for committed young adults find their purpose and make a difference.
Take a year of your life and major in God. That was a phrase that hooked me.
The Honor Academy is the engine of Teen Mania. Ron would use this phrase, the mark of the warrior.
An army of leaders, a
Hey,
generation.
it's Sam. Oh, there's a bunch of CCMers in that shot.
Yeah.
I was here during this. There's Wes. There's Ben. I was not in the shot, but I was standing by watching it. Yeah.
Pond just dried out.
Yeah.
The dorms were all named for martyrs. Elliott Hall, modern day martyr.
I was an artsy, gothy looking teen. I got very lucky to make a lot of great friends. Phil Boltz, Carrie Som.
So they were all in at the same time.
Yeah, they were all friends.
But we knew something was weird.
When we first got there, we have to purge the outside world. People are throwing their CDs into the fire.
I didn't do any of that. I don't think I brought anything with me.
Your parents will not understand this. They're not going to understand your passion.
We all wanted to be there because of Ron.
Once we got there, he wasn't coming down to slum with us.
He was like never around when I was there. Dave Hawes was there.
Ron cast the vision, and Dave is the one that carried it out.
Dave was an intern in the early days.
Yep, feet. If you thought people were sleeping, say feet. Everyone had to stand up.
I remember you
I
telling
forgot
me
about that.
With Dave Hawes, everything was army oriented.
Every morning, we would wake up at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, corporate.
Eat your body and you make it your slave.
How many got to eat your body a little bit? Make it your slave.
What we were told, and then they were very seriously praying where God would most be able to use you, is a lot more like a draft. I want so-and-so.
Obviously, I wasn't part of any of this because CCM was its own thing.
My job was a dancer and actor, the ministry team.
I was on the ministry team and I ended up being the worship leader for the Choir of the Fire. My first show that I ever sang, 10,000 people. I had friends that did not like their job.
K-Crew.
Every role that you can think of filled by teenagers. There were almost 1,000 interns.
Grounds crew, janitorial crew. Been told you're gonna go out there and make this difference for Christ. You're gonna go make tater tots.
Yeah.
There was definitely a hierarchy at play.
Yeah.
I was assigned to the call center. I was a teenage telemarketer for Jesus.
You were a telemarketer that was paying them to telemarket.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We paid to be there.
Yep.
Nobody paid us to do this work.
CCM was more expensive.
It was really expensive.
I think CCM was about double the price of HA.
It's definitely more. I don't remember exactly how much, but it was definitely more.
I was in this to learn how to do better international missions. I worked my entire year to get off that team.
Well, you're not going to ever get that task until you're faithful with this task.
31 hours was time they're supposed to work. Many were working 80, 100 hours to show how intense for God you were. I almost wish it was just a grift. This was more than that. It was meant to transform them.
Ron taught the weekly character development class.
He was very good with words.
But it was the same lesson plan every class. Obedience.
Everyone was assigned an accountability partner. We policed each other.
I think I had an accountability partner.
I remember some of the girls talking about that and who their accountability partners are.
Right.
So I feel like you guys did, but you guys probably didn't actually do it. Yours was probably
Pope.
Pope.
Probably was Pope. Great accountability partner.
Yeah.
The one I would skip classes with.
Yeah.
They called it running for forgiveness.
They're talking about
And I tell them what I did.
An actual
They
council.
gave me 3,
if you got
couldn't
in
leave my
trouble
room.
for stuff.
The rules were designed to remove the appearance of evil. Didn't matter the intention behind it. I wanted to get my hair braided. I had to present to them that it was culturally, to avoid the appearance of evil. She braided my hair in one of the offices. A staff member walks by. This doesn't look right. No, you're playing in his hair. We had taken the steps to do what we thought was right. When she said that, I felt tiny. There was no questioning of authority.
Obedience to authority. Even if you know authority is wrong, the fact of authority is right. He understood good theater had a ritual element to it.
To ease.
They were supposed to teach you through some sort of an experiential way.
I was on production for that one.
Oh, boy.
We were assigned a specific tribe, and we recorded the missionaries in the tribe. So that was actually Ben and I on that one.
If you converted them by the end of the weekend, you're a good Christian. We had to go through customs to give you a real experience of what it's like to be a missionary. And I remember lying. No, I'm not preaching the gospel.
We're agriculturalists from the Peace Corps.
Offensive chanting.
Cultures were seen as these objects to be saved.
The tribe had to come up with its own language that they could use so they couldn't communicate with the missionaries.
There were more and more things that I was telling myself, well, this doesn't totally make sense, but I'm sure it makes sense in a way that I don't even realize.
Another life-transforming event was much worse.
The staff would literally come out at like 3 o'clock in the morning with pots and pans in the dorm and wake you up out of a dead sleep.
That's Esau.
You were blindfolded,
that's
put in a
that's
van,
not Esau.
and driven out to an undisclosed location. This was crosswalk.
I don't know this one.
My group was dropped off in Oklahoma.
You didn't have any money, cell phone.
2 days, 6-foot-tall wooden cross.
This must have been an older one they didn't do when I was there. I don't think, anyways. I don't remember hearing anything about this one.
Depending on God for your food, or where you're going to sleep that night.
You couldn't ask.
Wow.
And because everyone is so eager,
Don't ask for things becomes don't ask questions. Where are we? Becomes that's a cool map. I wish I knew more about it. Got picked up. Driver may or may not have been intoxicated. Other groups had guns pulled on them.
Oh my goodness.
Jeez, man.
Headlights in the distance. Car turned its flashers on. That cop was not happy to see us.
we go,
Wow.
Can you help us out? I can drive you back. He points to the cross. I'm not taking that. One of the girls starts crying. We are going to leave the cross behind, fail our mission. And this cop, completely overwhelmed by this teenage girl. Okay. Put it on the top.
drove back in this cop car. We are holding on to the cross on top of this cop car.
You don't get back there if you don't pass this test. Betrayed God, betrayed your parents, betrayed Ron. That's a real thing. That's our martyr.
Wow.
Dang.
Did you assume that you would die a martyr?
I never thought there would be another option.
We were told that eventually Christians are going to be martyred again.
See, I definitely feel like that was not a message that was driven in like that when I was there.
Yeah.
Like, obviously there is the talk of martyrdom, but there wasn't any like expectation of it. I felt, again, my experience, but
Right.
I didn't feel like it was really preached of like that's your mission is to die a
Yeah.
martyr, which I mean they're all obviously from generations before, so maybe
Right.
it was more of a message back then, but
Right. Yeah.
Make a statement to the world. There is a generation who do love God.
We start hearing rumors of some kind of a school crisis, something happened at a school, it involved guns. It was the Columbine massacre. We started hearing the stories.
One of the students who was in the library reportedly says one of the gunmen went up to a young girl, asked her if she believed in God. She said, "Yes, I do," and they shot her.
The story of Cassie Bernal.
That did not turn out to be true. Everyone thought What would I have done?
I definitely remember hearing that.
Yeah, I remember hearing that too.
We always felt that the Lord was going to use her in a mighty way. None of us would have believed it would be in this manner.
I thought of some of the great martyrs. Martin Livingston, Borden, Jim Elliot.
Rachel,
yeah, that's not the connection I would make.
Yeah.
Before she could go, she was murdered in the Columbine shooting.
Wow.
A few days later, Ron talked about Columbine.
Rachel Scott, one of the several martyrs. Now, the thing that's unique about Rachel, she was a normal person. There was something in her heart that said, I've got to make my life count this summer.
And he sees an opportunity. Someone who cared about the kids would say, this could be you. We've got to do something to stop that. He says, wouldn't that be awesome?
I'd be curious to hear him say that in his own words, because I don't know.
After day one, the atmosphere went from like a 6 to a 12.
This big push for everyone to know where they stand in their faith. If you would stand up for your faith.
Interesting.
Yeah.
One of the most demanding training opportunities that I know of. We are not going to feel sorry for you. Please do not feel sorry for yourself.
ESOL, which was the emotionally stretching opportunity of a lifetime.
Simulated Navy SEAL Hell Week for 90 hours straight.
You feel like you were an inspiration by the way that you pushed yourself.
No. Crawling through tunnels 10 feet underground and 30 feet long.
We need you in that hole now. Once you get in, you can take them off you, but you need to get in first.
Oh. No.
Jeez.
Depend upon God for your strength. Why are you crying? Scared, sir. What are you scared of? Guys, to pay attention, and you are a loser!
Oh my gosh.
This is the Mensa Challenge, 8th grade math problem. We're gonna see how well they do. Line them up by their intelligence.
Oh my gosh. There's a lot of this that was not included in ESOL when I was there.
There's always a little bit more you can push. Do it as if you're pursuing the thing God put you on this planet for.
Oh, let go of the rope!
That pain and that hurt and inappropriateness of creating a spiritual climate with this pretend military training, that was the moment. Ever it was before. Now they were raising martyrs and they were recruiting children.
They called us into the auditorium. Suddenly some people in military
This is world awareness.
to their flag.
This is one I did.
That was the end times, LTE.
Oh, end times. Never mind.
It says end time / world awareness.
Oh, okay. There. That's just like I told you. I got locked in a shower and overnight and had cold water on me as punishment.
Which is like genuine actual torture.
Mm-hmm.
And is not okay.
No.
And it was other teenagers doing this, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, they have the leadership. I don't remember what they call them, but the student leaders that are assigned it, and there were some kids that were, I feel like, not right in the head, because they really got pleasure out of torturing other kids. Like, I'm gonna pause this because, like I told you, so there was, so they come in, they take over, you have to, get put in a work camp first, and you can escape from the work camp if you can. All the leaders have paintball guns they can shoot you with to try and control you and keep you in the work camp. If you escape, you basically have to live out in the woods. There was little, like, communes set up where people were living together out in the woods. But if you got recaptured, you ended up in jail, which was the showers for the summer camp. They would lock you in the showers and they would, like, question you all night and basically not let you sleep. But when we got captured, it was me and a few other guys got captured at the same time. And one of the guys, so we got taken to the jail, and outside of the door to the jail, he was, one of the guys that I was with was told to do push-ups. So he did. He got down and started doing push-ups. And as he was doing the push-ups, one of the leaders stood directly over the top of him and shot him point blank in the back with a paintball gun while he was doing push-ups for literally no reason at all.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Why did they turn the showers on you?
So they were asking, basically they would grill us on, like, Bible questions and shame us if we didn't know answers to Bible questions. Was the whole thing. Like, you're Christians, you ought to know all this, you know. I remember one of the things they talked about is, like, you know the lyrics to every song in your iPod, but you don't know specific scriptures in the Bible. And somebody else that was locked in one of the other showers, it was a girl, I have no idea who it was because we're separated, but they were asking her to name all the 10 Commandments, and she couldn't remember one, and I had yelled over what the last one was to help her. And as punishment, they came over and they turned the cold water on and then left me.
How long did they leave the cold water on?
I don't remember, and that's what I'm trying. So I know it was for a while, and even after they turned it off, I was stuck in the shower all night,
Right.
soaked. And then so Heath Stoner, I believe was his name, was one of the staff there. He came in and he got the kid in trouble, or not the kid specifically, but basically he walked in and he saw me soaking wet there overnight, and he yelled that, not allowed to use cold water as punishment. So
that would have been good to tell them before all of this started.
Yeah, but yeah, the guys that, I'm sure not all of them were, but some of the people that were in leadership on that, the student intern leaders, were way too gung-ho.
Yeah.
For what they were doing. And yeah, it was insane.
Well, and it's crazy to tell kids that it's okay, or young people, young adults, whatever, that it's okay to treat other people this way.
Yeah.
And then, like she was talking about, to have these intense situations and you're tying people's spirituality and relationship with God to these experiences. Like, I absolutely understand why some people walked out of the Honor Academy and had a crisis of faith.
Absolutely.
Because they were put into extreme, traumatic, and genuine, like, torture situations and told that this somehow had something to do with their relationship with God.
Yeah, and you're shamed if you're not a good enough Christian.
Right. Like, this is not what the Bible is. This is not what a relationship with God is. And the way that it was twisted there is...
Yep.
It's messed up.
Yeah. And then ESOL, I guess just to touch on that, I did not participate in ESOL. I was on production for ESOL, which we were told was going to be our own ESOL, and it definitely was. Because we had to film everything. 24 hours a day, we had to film what was happening with ESOL. I don't remember how long ESOL went, and that was one of the things with ESOL is it doesn't have a specific end time, so you don't know when it's going to be over. So it can be anywhere from 24 hours to, like that one said, 90 hours or whatever. I think ours was like 48 hours or something like that. It I believe was a shorter one, but I don't know if it was then, and because I'm on a couple of alumni groups, I know it didn't seem to be all the time, but when I was there, ESOL was the only LTE that was voluntary. You didn't have to be a part of it. You could opt out if you chose to. Obviously, you would most likely be very heavily shamed for opting out.
Right.
But you were allowed to opt out of ESOL. So, like I said, I was on production. I filmed at night, and I was a runner during the day, running batteries and tapes to the other people who were filming.
Did you get to sleep in that 48 hours?
I know there was a couple times where I would like run to my dorm and take a nap. And then because I would film till I don't remember what time, and basically it was a switchover, and I had whatever time allotment there would be for like the tapes and battery for the person filming. I had that amount of time that I could sleep until knowing that they would be running out at that point.
Right.
So.
Wow.
Yeah, it was intense.
Yeah.
And again, with ESOL, again, I didn't participate, and I obviously wasn't there for the whole time, but I don't remember there being any like traumatic food things, like the eating of the maggots or grubs or whatever those were and stuff like that.
Did one of our friends who went down there at the same time as you, or did both of them do it? One did?
Yeah.
And he didn't mention that, did he?
No, I don't think so. And I believe he finished too. I don't remember. I remember filming him a lot. He was like my focus when I was filming.
Nice.
One person I knew there.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways. Yeah, so world awareness was messed up, and I had firsthand experience of some really messed up stuff in that. So
yeah.
Heightened sense of overstimulation, over-awareness, fear, and it's a means of control. The most militant Christian youth movement the United States had seen in at least a century. And that's how Ron caught the attention of the Arlington Group. Founded in part by James Dobson.
I don't know the Arlington Group.
I don't either.
They were trying to align their organizations. They could build the kingdom of God, retaking America for a certain vision of Christianity. Arlington Group was really designed to be behind the scenes, secretive. Teen Mania became part of the Arlington Group. Colson was Nixon's hatchet man. In prison, he was born again.
I don't know if I've ever seen somebody with so many wrinkles on their face.
Yeah.
All I care about is advancing the kingdom of God.
Well, we're on the same page here. If we don't start looking to kids, everything we're doing now is going to be moot.
Together, they just decide, we can make the whole country an honor academy. They come up with this idea, Rewired. The scope of Acquire the Fire, deep indoctrination of Honor Academy on DVD.
I know nothing about this.
I have never heard about this.
That looks familiar.
That does look familiar.
They borrow all these motifs from the Matrix movies. You can see the truth, and the truth is much grittier. It's the battlefield.
We've got to wake up everyone else.
To get kids to see lens of us versus
I mean, if Ron
them.
Luce had something to do with this, I feel like Center for Creative Media would have produced it, but maybe not.
Right. That's what I'm wondering. Again, like I said before, some of the stuff may look familiar from going through footage.
Right.
Because I did work in the library at CCM too.
Yeah.
So, it was interesting.
That was interesting.
Yeah, it was weird seeing things that, having been a part of it, presented there. But, yeah, I guess the couple other, I don't know, I guess I don't know what I was expecting it to be. I feel like it didn't go as deep into HA as I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
I feel like this was more kind of a surface level thing, and I don't know. I don't know. I thought I was expecting it to touch on more stuff within leadership besides just Dave Hawes. I guess part of that is because one of my jobs within CCM was to record leadership meetings. So I was there for staff meetings, recording them. And it was just interesting to hear their thoughts and plans and ideas around Teen Mania, because I was there in 2008, and that's it. I guess it didn't even talk about some of the other things that happened on campus, like the required fasting days. Like, it didn't even touch on that. There were days we were required, the cafeteria didn't serve food, and we were required to fast.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone. And you guys also had, like, days of silence. Like, you weren't allowed to text, talk on the phone, talk to anybody, interact at all.
Yep. Yeah, I had totally forgotten about those, too.
They did it over Valentine's Day.
Yeah, what a weird coincidence.
Odd.
But, yeah, so there was a lot more that the students were required to do and participate in. Like, forced fasting is one of the weirdest things. And, like, I understand that there can be a spiritual thing tied to fasting, but not if you're forced to do it.
Right.
Not if you're told.
It's supposed to be a choice that you make for a specific reason, not the entire campus is going to fast no matter what health considerations you may personally have.
Yeah, we were allowed to chew sugar-free gum. That was the only thing we could do on fasting days. But it was interesting. So, in 2008, Teen Mania was obviously already having money issues because one of the staff meetings that I recorded, they were having a big discussion about money issues within Teen Mania. And just to show how, like, the heart behind things was not always in the right place.
Right.
Which is obvious just looking at how some of it came to fruition. Obviously, the heart wasn't in the right place for a lot of this, but there's no denying it when I'm in a staff meeting recording them saying, hey, we're having financial issues. We need ways to cut spending. And one of the ideas that was thrown out there, which was not a joke by any means and seemed to be an idea that was going to merit further discussion, was one way we can save money is to implement more fasting days so that we don't have to buy food for the interns.
Yeah.
Like, nothing spiritual behind this at all.
Yeah.
This was, we need to save money, let's starve the kids.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Well, and to me, I think about it and I'm like, how and why were they having money issues? Because you have the events where you're charging people to come to the events. The staff at the events is all interns who are paying to be there.
Right.
Your entire workforce on campus is interns who are paying to be there.
Yeah.
You have a film and production studio that's making all of your media, all of your resources. They had a TV program called ATF TV,
Yep.
which again is created by interns who are
Yep.
paying to be there. So you've got all of these different streams of income, and it's all being ran by interns who are paying to be there.
Yeah.
So why are you having money issues?
I have no idea.
And it's not like you got like there was no janitorial crew. Like literally everything is
Yeah.
being done. So
I mean, there was staff, obviously, but
yeah,
it was limited. Unlike within CCM, like we had obviously Doug running it, and then we did have like one staff editor and a staff producer
right.
and that, but the rest of the crew was all
So in the
interns
entire
being-
film production studio, there were 3 people getting paid.
Yeah, I don't know if that's it, but yeah,
Right.
roughly.
But but like,
and like there were staff. I think in each of the different ministry areas, there was staff overseeing the interns.
Yeah.
Again, if you look at the size of the operation, obviously that's a minuscule amount of paid staff.
Right.
Yes, and there was because like Teen Mania also owned multiple houses because they owned the campus, all of the campus, the back 40, the dorms, obviously all the operational rooms and all that. But then there were some houses off campus that some interns lived in. I think you had to be second year to live in those though. I think second year interns lived in housing off campus.
Right.
Not to say that that's where the money went. It's not like they were super nice houses by any means.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. The whole money trouble thing does kind of baffle me when you look at how their organization was set up.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard just an absolute rumor that Ron had a ridiculous salary, but I have no idea what that was.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how there was money issues.
Yeah. It really doesn't make sense.
I can't come up with like one big thing that would have cost. I mean, putting on Acquire the Fire would be expensive. Again,
Right.
you have interns doing all the production side of it and set up, tear down, and all that.
You do still have
There would still be expenses, but people are paying to go to Acquire the Fire, and you
Yeah.
have a good amount of staff that's interns.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I know like when we went to Jersey and filmed the Acquire the Fire or Battle Cry event, I don't remember which it was. It was either, and we filmed it for ATF TV. Like there was a full TV production team that was there overseeing us too. So I don't know.
Again, how many thousands of tickets were sold for that event?
Oh yeah, it was huge. That was a big event.
And like, yeah, you have costs associated with that, but you're selling tickets.
You've got all the concert costs and the speaking fees for the people coming in and all that too.
Right.
But
still.
Yeah, I don't know.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I don't know. I can't think of any other crazy stories HA related right now, but I'm sure there's a lot more.
Yeah, it is. It is hard too, because like we were talking about earlier, watching what they were putting these young people through that are in, if you just look at like how the human brain develops, and for a lot of these kids, for a lot of these young people who were there, their brain isn't even fully developed yet.
Yeah.
And they are in a more like vulnerable stage of development.
Yeah.
Especially
They're
because
still finding themselves and
right,
discovering who they are.
exactly, and they're like just leaving their home for the first time, most of them, and trying to step into
A large
this
number were
adult
homeschooled
world.
too.
Yeah, and trying to step into this adult world and figure out what it means to live on your own, forge your own way in life, and they're put into these extreme situations, and just there was a lot of just manipulation and bullying.
Absolutely.
Just to come out and like flat out say it.
Absolutely.
So much manipulation and bullying, and then you're tying people's faith into it, and
yeah,
that is wrong.
Yeah.
It's messed up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's interesting to, I guess, have your perspective, because all you had were the little bits that I talked about while I was there, but now you
Yeah.
actually get to see like footage of
Right.
these things in action, and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's hard because like they take things that are in the Bible,
Yeah.
but then they twist and manipulate them to control you and to like he was saying, like it's all about obedience. And so
Yeah.
they take things that are in the Bible, but the way that he teaches on them, and it's like we were having a conversation about this earlier, and I was like, the big thing here is the heart and the motivation behind it, and why was he doing things, to what purpose, to what end.
Right.
And you can just see that manipulation and that control factor in there. And like, and I get that they're choosing snippets to
Yes.
pull out and to show, and you're not getting the full talk. You're not getting the full lesson
Yeah.
and all of that. But even to be able to pull these snippets out,
Right.
like it's messed up.
Yeah. And I do want to say again that I know there are literally thousands of people who had
Yeah.
amazing experiences
Yeah.
at the Honor Academy and within Teen Mania. And I don't want to negate their experiences. I don't want to say that they're wrong.
Right.
But overall, you can't use those experiences to excuse the others.
Yeah.
Like it's not, these people loved it, they got this out of it, so this doesn't matter. That it
Right.
doesn't work like that. Especially a Christian organization shouldn't work like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it should be held to a higher standard.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And I would just say too, like out of the people that we know who went to CCM, and then looking at the number of them that are actually still Christians and have strong walks with God, like I went to a Christian school growing up, and kindergarten through 12th grade, same people, know those 30 people really well. I would say that I can probably think of roughly 30 people from CCM that you went to CCM with. And just looking at like the difference of the people that I went to school with growing up who are still Christians versus the people who went to Teen Mania,
yeah.
and how many of them are still Christians, there is a staggering difference of people who went through the Teen Mania experience and want nothing to do with Christianity
Yeah.
after that.
And I know it's correlation, but
Right.
it
But
is an interesting thing to think about and look
yeah.
at the statistic of it.
Yeah. And again, correlation does not equal causation. I absolutely get that and believe that. But it's just interesting to look at. Like there's just a staggering number of people that you went through this with
Yeah.
who directly credit Teen Mania and the Honor Academy
Yeah.
as having created this crisis of faith for them.
Yep.
And some of them making it so that they never wanted to go back to their walk with God. And so to see an organization that had this mission and this goal of creating strong, resilient Christians, but the opposite effect happened for so many.
Yeah.
I think that that's something that really calls their methods into question, because this thing that you're saying that you're trying to do, you're actually accomplishing the opposite.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, like I said earlier with the whole like martyrdom thing, and I'm curious about how much of a leap it is and how much of the words are being put into Ron's
Yeah.
mouth in the documentary. Again, I'm not defending Ron Luce
Right.
at all.
Right.
Or Teen Mania at all.
Right.
I think the organization needed to shut down, and
Yeah.
he needs to be held responsible for a lot of things that happened there.
Yeah.
But I don't like one-sided documentaries that conflate some things that are said to mean other things.
Yeah.
And it bothers me with a lot of, I mean, most documentaries do that because they are one-sided. They're trying to present this picture, and I get that. But I will also say, to go along with that though, is if students who were there and interns that were there interpreted it that way, then there was something wrong in the communication. Even if that's not how he intended, that's how it came across.
Right.
If that was how they viewed themselves as, I want to be a martyr who dies young for Christ.
Right.
If that's what they got from his presentations, then he was definitely saying something wrong, even if it
Right.
wasn't him coming out and saying that.
Well, and that one lady saying that she didn't see that there was any other option.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even a consideration or an inkling of an idea in her head that she could ever live a long, happy life and not be a martyr.
Right.
That's...
Yeah, and...
There was messaging there that was broken.
Yeah, definitely. Well, in any religion, any political party, anything who utilizes a tragedy like Columbine to selfishly advance their agenda is messed up no matter what.
Yeah.
And like they said, him taking ownership of her and like using her name because she was going to be on a Team Mania mission and using that as this call to martyrdom and call to join. Like, again, it's the same way he used Acquire the Fire as a recruitment tool. He used her as a recruitment tool.
Yeah.
And again, his heart may not have been that. I don't know. Obviously, can't judge that. But
right,
the appearance
of
evil was there.
You're supposed to avoid the appearance of evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some weird, wild stuff over there at Teen Mania.
Yeah. There was.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm really interested in the next episode. It's going to be going into the political side of it. I saw that it's called Battle Cry, and that's what the description was, is the political side. We mentioned this earlier. We have no idea about the political side of Teen Mania and Raw News and
I didn't know about that.
Agenda.
Yeah, that organization they brought up. I had never
Arlington
heard of
Group?
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had never heard of that before.
Yeah.
So I am interested to hear more about it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll dig into that one next.
Yeah. Side note, one of the editors that was there at CCM when Michael was there is one of the editors on this documentary, which is
I meant to look at the cap. I didn't look again. He's not on IMDb, but I heard he was a part of the project.
But I feel like there's things like there's times where like the music choices or whatnot remind me of his style. And so there's moments where I'm like, oh, this does feel very much like him.
Yeah.
Again, we're trying to avoid saying names because at least full names, if nothing
I
else.
said names of people who I saw in the video because they're in the video, so I figured.
And only first names.
Yes.
So, but yeah, thank you so much for joining us and being here with us on this second episode of Shiny Happy People Season 2.
Yeah.
And make sure that if you have not yet, that you like this video, comment down below, join us in that conversation down below.
Yeah.
And
HA experiences. Let us know your experiences down below.
Absolutely. And make sure that you subscribe if you haven't yet. Only about 10% of the people who watch our channel actually subscribe. So we have a goal to get to 1,000 subscribers. We would love to have you help us get there by hitting that little subscribe button. And if you would like to, come check out our Patreon. We've got a lot of fun stuff happening over there.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you on the next one.
See you in the next one.